The TRX is an excellent resistance modality, offering a variety of exercises that work all the major muscle groups as well as full body engagement. Plus, it's easy to adjust the level of difficulty, depending on how you're feeling that day. So, let's get started. So the first one we're going to want to do is adjust our straps, and for some people this is the most frustrating part of using the TRX. Basically, you're just going to rock this buckle with your thumb, and then you'll use the yellow tab to pull it up or push it down. So if it's a push exercise, you're going to push it down, and if it's a pull exercise, we'll pull it up. Pretty much your push exercise is the only time it'll be down. The rest of the time it'll be up. And up here at the top, we want to take a look at this loop. So there's a little bit of play up there. So if you find that it gets off, we want to just pull down until the black and the gray hash marks are lined up. That way we're all set. So our first exercise is going to be our TRX row. We're going to line up, eyes and chest facing the anchor. Our collarbone's going to be going up toward the anchor. Shoulders are down, pulling the elbows straight back with that nice strong plank. My toes are lifted. That allows me to engage my quads. And I'm just pulling my collarbone and eyes up toward the anchor. If my knees are bent, it's difficult for me to get that full quad activation. Likewise, if my head goes down, I start kind of pulling myself over and I'm not getting my lats engaged. So I want to keep my eyes and chest up. Also, don't let your hips collapse like that. Keep that nice strong plank. So if I want to make it easier, I'm just going to back up a little bit from that wall. If I want to make it harder, I'll walk in toward the wall. Think of the wall as your challenge buddy. If you want to make it harder, you walk in. And if you want to make it easier, just back up. One of the ways you can challenge yourself is going as low as you can and then backing up as needed. So that's our TRX rows. Next will be our TRX press-ups. So we're going to set up a nice tall plank. Get our quads, glutes, abs all activated. We're going to create a little bit of space for ourselves, and we're going to come down into the middle. You'll see from the front here, creating a little space and then pressing back up and in. Shoulders go down to about just past that 90-degree mark and then pressing back up and in. So keeping that plank strong is key. We let my hips kind of sink out. You can see that I press up into my shoulders here. Likewise, if my hips collapse, you're going to put a lot of pressure in the lower back and it becomes very difficult for the shoulders to press up. So you want to keep that nice strong plank. Quads, glutes, abs. This is a nice thing to keep in mind when you're doing push-ups on the floor as well, is think about squeezing with your legs as you press up with your shoulders and chest. To make it easier, you walk away from the wall, and to make it harder, you'll step back toward the wall. You're going to be kind of leaning up on the balls of your feet, squeezing with the quads as you press up. So that is our TRX press-ups. For our reverse lunges, we're going to set up far enough back so that when I do my reverse lunge, my arms are fully extended, my fingertips are on the straps, and I'm reaching back to like 90 degrees in front and in back. Again, I'm just on fingertips. I'm not really pulling myself up unless I need to. If you want to kick it up a notch, you can add a little jump in the middle. Comes a lunge jump then. For our bicep curls, we're going to set up as though we were going to do a row, and then you're going to turn your palms up, keep your elbows out in front, and bring your hands up toward your shoulders. Keeping that nice strong plank, keeping the elbows out in front. Try not to let your hips collapse. Keep that plank nice and strong. The other compensation you'll see is that you'll have a roll in the wrists. What we want to do is try and keep our wrists neutral. Think about bringing your palm heel up toward your shoulders. And go ahead and step back to make it easier, and step forward to make it harder. For our tricep extensions, we're going to set up as though we're going to do a press up, and basically it's a reverse curl. So my elbows will be staying out in front, and the back of my hands will be coming up toward my forehead. I'm up on the balls of my feet, facing away from the anchor, squeezing quads, glutes, abs, keeping that nice strong plank as the back of my hands come up toward my forehead. Keeping the elbows out in front is what's going to put it into my triceps. One of the compensations you'll see is that the straps will come up above people's heads. We want the back of our hands going toward our forehead. That's going to keep it isolated in the triceps. Also, you'll see the elbows come back, which basically turns it into a press up. So we want to keep elbows out in front, back of the hands coming toward the forehead as your body comes down. For our TRX hinges, we're going to be working our posterior chain, that's our glutes and our hamstrings. So your hands are just going to be sitting on top of the handles and floating out in front while the leg reaches back and up. You're going to feel stabilization on that standing leg. You'll feel a nice stretch. You're going to be reaching up and back, getting activation in the glutes and hamstrings. We're trying not to put much weight into our hands. We want to try and keep the weight into our leg and really let that posterior chain, the glutes and hamstrings, do the work for us. The hands are just there to stabilize. And that is your basic TRX circuit. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great workout.